Hello, welcome to my channel. I am back with yet another update for the St. Greer Island save file that I've been working on for honestly a couple of months now, and it'll probably be a couple more until I finish this, maybe longer, but it's coming along nicely, I would say. I'm pretty pleased with how it is turning out. I'm pretty proud of how it is because I've been working so hard on building things for this from scratch. And I have a couple of things to show for you guys today. It's from both sides of the map, so there's going to be different architecture for me to show off. And I will show this portion first. By the way, if you haven't checked out already, I'll put a link above to click. I have a playlist on my channel for this. This is like a mini series I'm doing to show off the progress for this save file. So if you haven't watched the other videos, make sure to go check those out as well, because you'll get like closer looks at these other buildings that I'm not going to show today because I've already pretty much completed them if you haven't seen them, just in case. Anyway, this house on the end here, I had such indecisiveness with the landscaping. This was like the 5th time, I would say, that I changed the landscaping here. I think I'm pleased with it now. I liked this color palette. I had a bit of a darker one, but I feel like this house is really bright and I wanted to have a bit more of a lighter landscaping to go with it. So I think I'm pretty okay with this now. I did change this out. There originally was some kind of hedge fence I used. It looked weird to me and out of place, and I prefer just this one little debug fence here to block off to kind of give the idea that this is their private property or where it starts, so no one like trespasses or whatever. But over here also, I loved this spot. This is a trail here that leads to the beach that is behind all 3 of these houses. And it is such a cute little area, and I didn't want to block that off with a fence. And this is honestly really nice because they could come here to fish, play in the ocean, go windsurfing, skip stones, snorkel, things like that, because it leads out over here and you have like the whole ocean side over here. Though this part might be blocked off, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe over here is where you can swim. Yeah, okay. But regardless, I mean, it's really nice because they have the ocean in their backyard. So, I mean, obviously they don't have to use this trail, but it's a nice little extra little thing here, so I didn't want to block that off. Anyway, this is what it looks like now from the side. I think I'm pretty much done with this now. I don't think I'll be making any other alterations to this section here. Next we have here the gym. Now this was something that I like how it came out. I wanted this to be a more modernized building, and I wanted it to be the idea that this is more of a luxurious sort of gym because it's off by the water side on like the pier, and I wanted to offer a lot of services because obviously I want one lot to offer a lot for Sims to do, so they have a lot to do while they're there. But in general, I like how it came out. I think it looks nice. I like the color scheme that I chose. I feel like it went well with the theme for this. And yeah, I like it. I think it's cool, and we're sticking with that. That's what I think about this build. I'm pretty proud of it. But this is a reception area. I do use one mod in this building. It is the Twin Simming energy drink vending machine because I love this mod, and I will be probably using it throughout this save file because I like to use it on various lots, whether it's a library for where Sims study or going to the gym to work out. I feel like it's used for multi-purpose. Do you know what I mean? But I like how the reception came out and the rest of it as well. My Sim is actually here lounging right now, and I did play test this entire build. Let's have her come here to do a bit of a refreshing steam. But my Sim I play tested with this Sim to make sure there was routing was all good to go. It should be. I did make changes accordingly, but yeah, this is the little tiny spa area for Sims to rejuvenate, to just let off some steam, literally, and just enjoy the sauna or take a nice little bath or something after, taking a dip in the pool, which I tested all this as well, obviously. They get a view of the basketball court in the back here, but on the side they do get a view of the water side, which I think is really nice. And that's pretty much what this area offers. I guess we'll already just look at this since we're here, but this is just the basketball court. I wanted to look realistic because I wanted to put the fencing here, because usually basketball courts have like this kind of metal fencing, so even though it's up by the water, I feel like it makes sense that way, the basketballs don't go flying off into the water there. You have a little bit of a barrier. But anyway, so this is the 2nd floor. The stairs from the lobby or whatever you call reception are right here. Sims come up here and they can use all the gym equipment. I have the base game equipment, plus I don't know what this came from, like Showtime or something, and they have the mirror so they can look at themselves while they work out. And I play tested all of this, like I said, so this was all routable. And this is over here. This is a tiny little snack break area that has some of the vending machines. The ones from university and the twin simming mod ones. And then this is the locker room. I did just make it one, so there's only one bathroom in this gym, and it's this one. The showers here, they can come to use these showers. These are a store object. I think that comes with the Prism Arts, not art studio, the Performing Arts Studio. And then this is obviously the restrooms here. And then this section here is the little ballet dance studio. And I think it's a really cute little room. There's plenty of space here. I think there's like 6 of them, maybe even 8. I might have been able to fit like, yeah, there's 8 of them. So you have plenty of space for Sims to come here and perform ballet and do warm-ups. That's the entire gym lot. I'm pretty pleased with how that came out. Let's hit pause so time doesn't keep going. I didn't really change too much yet in this area. I'm still working on it. Ignore this. This is not even a fully fleshed out building. I completely lost motivation to build in that, so I stopped for the time being. But over here, we have some houses that I'm kind of excited to show. They are going to be 2 different brownstone homes. I didn't block them off yet, so you won't see the hidden rooms yet, because I'm probably going to reuse part of this building maybe to make a commercial lot. I wanted to make a cafe right next door. Obviously, this won't spawn there when I place it down, but we'll take a look at both of them because the interiors and even the exteriors are slightly different. They both offer different like activities in the back of the lots, and they're on different sections with different pathing, so they kind of have a bit of different landscaping around them, but I think they both came out really cute, like regardless. So let's open up this one first. This is on the smaller lot, though they're both the same size, the buildings. So the ones that you will have, like that Sims will be able to live on, will be the left side. I don't know what it is. I feel like because I'm left-handed, I tend to build more on the left side, or feel like there's more open space on the left side of buildings. Am I the only one like that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you're left-handed and experience that. But this is technically the first floor of the build. It's just that you have to go up onto the second level first to get downstairs. So this is where the staircase leads to, and there's one bathroom in both of them. They're both 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom with the same layout. I just completely redecorate both of them separately for different aesthetics. So this is more of a like sleek, modernized, sort of like minimalistic build, and I want this to be more, maybe this is for like a business, like a single business person, or like a family who are really into like business and they have that kind of, I don't know, that minimalistic look that they like. I don't really know. But yeah, this is just a little room with a crib to start off for like, you know, making a family. This is the main bedroom here. And then upstairs is where all the fun stuff is, in my opinion. There's these tiny balconies here, and I think they're really cute. I think they come out pretty nice because it has these windows here, these sort of like bay windows that are underneath to support it. And you do get like a view of the ocean since these are on the side. So I feel like it's kind of cool. And they can also like people watch. I think it's like a cute little addition to the build. And this is the actual entryway here. There's only a 2-seater for this space because I do kind of change it up a bit from compared to the other one. The kitchen layout, I think I keep the same for both, though I do different color palettes, you will see. This is the living room. I really like how I did this sort of wall unit that I put together. I tried to not use any custom content to do this because I wanted it to be a bit more usable. So this is 2 bookshelves that are meant to be able to like snap together from the high-end loft stuff pack, and then this is the same counter that's in the kitchen, but I recolored it to match this, and I put a plant. This is a store television. I don't know what set it's from or if it's like a separate object, but I feel like it worked best, so I used that. And I kind of want to go with, maybe these people really like disco or collecting vinyls and they're really into older music, so that's like the sort of vibe I go for in this section here. And I just kind of spruce it up with some decorations. This is from an entire set that is going to be required basically to download. That I obviously will provide links for these things, but that you will have to download because it's used in multiple builds already in this save file. And so I didn't mind using it in this build because it's all one link you will have to download from, so it's not too much to bother with. And then obviously this here is the hallway where you have the staircase, something very minimal, that's it. And then this is a tiny nook area for a office space. So I just put a plant in the corner for this part of the house, but then I put the desk space here so they can look out at the window while they're like, you know, either writing on their computer, whatever. And I think it's a cute space. I really do like it. I was pretty pleased with how that came out. And I really do like how I did the landscaping. I feel like it fit in with the world. I feel like it was really, it added a lot, you know, for like Sims walking by, and it just adds a lot of more, I don't know, beautifying for the neighborhood. So I liked how that came out. And then we'll look at the one next door. The lot next to it is pretty much a duplicate, at least exterior wise. I did make some changes accordingly to the size of this lot, because this one is a bit larger than the one next to it. So I just added in some more of like these debug things from university, and I did have to change up I didn't have to, but I wanted to change up the way that the fencing works, because there's a pathway here that is functional, and it leads off to the back side here and like off to these other roads here, like the main road, and there's like a little tiny area here with the picnic table and things for kids to use. So I wanted to make that more accessible, so I just put in 2 chess tables here instead, and then I made an opening here and kind of made it go along with the pathway, and I feel like it looks good. I like how it came out. And then we'll take a look at the inside. So it is a different theme interior wise for the aesthetics. It is not minimalistic. I wanted this to be a lot more vibrant and colorful. Maybe very different Sims live in this brownstone next door. So we have the living room here that has this this is a set that I used throughout this save file, so you will probably need this as well, unless, you know, just wanted to replace with base game rugs, but it'll probably look really weird. But these are like a 4:3 conversion from the bathroom clutter kit, and I just loved this little kitten mat, and it's so cute, and it has a matching little rug that goes around the toilet, and I use that color as inspiration for this bedroom. So this is more of a bedroom. It doesn't have to be, mind you, this could be for just roommates, but I set it up so that it's like a room for a kid or a teen, and this is their room. And I liked this. This I think is this might be a free store picture, I can't remember. This is a piece of custom content from around The Sims 3, and then this is also custom content, but it's from the exact same set, the 4:3 Pride set that I used throughout the save. That's in the other build as well. So it's all from the same set. It's not anything separate. So it's not something too much to fuss about. But this is the main bedroom here, like the big one. And I really loved this color for the, like they call it like royal blue, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like it really was nice to go in with this room, because we also have the exposed brick backdrop sort of thing here. And yeah, and I just put in some little accent pieces like this base game picture. This I think is a free plant from the Earth Day set they give you in the gift section on the store. And then this like big wardrobe here and stuff. I think it's really cute. And then upstairs is a completely different layout from the living room and the dining area. The kitchen is exactly the same. All I did was alter the color palette for the appliances, and I really liked this more like hunter green color. I felt like this was a really nice color, so I went with that. But I don't know what happened here. This changed the color for some reason. I have to fix that. I always find little things I have to fix when I do these progress updates, but I guess it's good because then I find out what's wrong. But yeah, anyway, so this is the living room here, a 3-seater couch, you know, a nice flat screen TV, you know, roundable space here on both ends, and then we have a nice high top table instead with the hunter green accents on the seat cushions, and it's a 3-seater, so there's more space there for Sims to eat, space here for Sims to dance and have like parties if they want to. And I really like this area. This is still another office space. I just changed up the layout for this corner because I didn't have the bookcase or a stereo in this section by the living room, because I didn't put that wall unit, so it's like a little bit like laid out differently, obviously. So yeah, but I like how it came out. I think it looks really cute, and I like that there's like different personality for both of the buildings. I like having that because it just makes the Sims feel more unique. And if your Sims come to visit, and let's say someone lives in here and they come to visit, it'll feel like there's more personality and very different from the other one, you know what I mean? And I like just have options to choose from. But I didn't do much with the balcony, just put in the plants, and that's pretty much it for this. But I really like how they came out. I don't think I showed this. Did I show this? I don't think I did. This is a beachside rest stop. It is a hangout lot type. I didn't make it a beach because there's so many other beaches in this area, like right over here. So I didn't want to put too many. But this is literally a rest stop, but it's also off by the beach. So I want it to be like your Sims could come here to do beach activities, ocean activities. and then they could come here as a rest stop. So I decided to put down a bunch of sand because I wanted to kind of make it look like it was a part of the beach still. And they can play in the sand because it has that terrain paint on it, which is pretty cool. But it's just a lounging area. Sims can even probably have a party here. I don't know, can you have parties on beach lots? Maybe you could. But you have the fire pit here. We have some snow cone machines, the bonfire, some lounging, and then these little things are just meant to be sort of tents. It's like meant to emulate it being a tent, like those beach tents, and it just has the, what are those things called, like the porta potties. So I didn't put too much lighting because you just click on it, they go in there, and then that's it. But I think it gets the job done. And from the map, it still looks kind of cute because you have this sort of different color palette going on here for the outside area. And I feel like it's practical, you know? It's practical. It's good to have little rest stops across the map so Sims could go to the bathroom and stuff if they need to. And then I think this area we're going to go over to now because I think we're done with this section. Now, I'll show this really quickly. I don't think I showed it. I do have to fix the leveling of the terrain. That was probably my bad. I might have used a, like, terrain cheat, and then I might have just done it incorrectly, the leveling. But this was a build I did prior on my channel, maybe a few months ago, and I really love this lot, but I did some interior alterations. That's why I want to show it. So I didn't change too much, but I think I changed it for practicality reasons. So I did change the door, I think, here, and then I put in like wood flooring instead, I'm pretty sure, and then I put in some planter pots and things like that. I just altered it slightly. I added in just like a couple of things. Everything else I think I kept the same. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I left this empty. I didn't touch this hallway here, but that's what this lot looks like. For anyone who hasn't seen it before, I figured I would just like kind of go in like closely on it so you can get an idea of what this house looks like, because it's a really large house compared to the other houses on this map in general in this world, because it's like a 40 by 40, and that's like one of the largest sizes in this world. And then we'll take a look at this area first and we'll do the commercial after. But this is here. So in the previous update I showed this. I did alter it slightly. I made the chimney less tall because I felt like it looked really ridiculous as I like started to look at it more. But I put another house right next door, and yes, is it sort of the same house? Slightly, but I did alter it to make it look slightly different. A slightly, barely noticeable difference of a floor plan, but just enough to make it feel a bit more unique. And let's just like open this really quickly so we could look at it. All I really changed was, I think I removed I removed one chair here. I altered the placement of the fireplace, and then I made this a full bathroom. So it still has the half bath downstairs in this little, like, I guess studio area that has a bedroom space too. And then it also has another bathroom that I didn't change at all up here. So it has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. And then I added in this tiny, cute side garden here. So we have the fire pit with just 2 lawn chairs, and then this really lovely table set. This whole thing is one set from the outdoor stuff pack. And I just think it looks really cute with this like awning. And I think that's it for is that it for the houses? I think that's it for the home areas. The only other thing I really have to show, which this was a altered build that I had already made a while ago. I might even have a separate download for the original building, but I don't know if I do because I don't know if I did a speed build or not. But this is the library. So this I think I'm going to keep as is. This is going to be the library for this portion of the world. And I added in the Vault of Antiquity. I was going to place it here, but it's such a small rabbit hole and it looks so ridiculous, and I didn't know what else to put here, that I'm probably going to alter it, this area, and just put some other kind of usable rabbit hole, or maybe a house or something. I don't know. But this is the exterior. I added, let's look at the floor plan like from here. So I added in a quote-unquote maze. I mean, it's a tiny little maze, barely a maze at that, but I wanted to add that as like a back garden thing, just add something extra in the back here to fill in the space. And I put in the sculptures here, so it's like, oh, to get a closer look at the sculptures, you have to follow the maze or whatever. Just something tiny. And then I added in some landscaping. And then, of course, we'll go in the interior. For anyone who hasn't seen this build already, so this is the interior on the first floor. Oh, we have a sim here. Okay, it's a tourist. Anyway, so This is the skill bookcase. So your Sims, there's 2 of them on either side, and I tried to make enough seating so that way a lot of Sims can sit down and read here. And then these are the regular bookcases. This library unfortunately won't have a space for like a children's playroom, which I typically like to do for libraries, but this is more, I guess, of an antique library that's very old, so they didn't add too much for that because there wasn't much I guess, and ideas for children. And there's no desks or anything in this one. I actually altered it only slightly on the bottom, but the top portion I mostly left untouched. So there is a tea sets here from the store. You could always change and add desks in this area if you prefer that, but I decided to keep the tea sets because I felt like it made sense. This is kind of meant to be like an antique like library slash tea room, or maybe it was a famous tea room and they made it into a library as well, or vice versa. So that's the kind of vibe I was going for there. So that's this build. That's pretty much it for the library though. This is it in its entirety. I did change the roofing and stuff a bit to kind of make it look a bit more full and grand because it was a little bit smaller than that. But yeah, anyway, so I think that's everything I have to show. So that is everything. I'm going to leave this video here for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel. I would really appreciate it. I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to leave comments below also with what you think of how the safe file is coming along, and if you have any suggestions. Thanks again, and take care. Bye!